We welcome you back to Doug Spears Field in Greenwood, South Carolina. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. It's game 2 of this doubleheader between Lander and UNC Pembroke. Bearcats picked up a 2-1 walk-off win on a solo homer from Bree Sorrento in game 1. And they'll go for the sweep here in game number 2. Let's get the starting lineups first for the Braves. As UNCP tries to pick up a split here. Leading off will be the second baseman, Mary Sells. The center fielder is number 15, Rindy Weatherington. The first baseman, number 14, Tatum Brummett. The cleanup hitter is the third baseman, Jamie Johnson. Designated player, Jordan Adcox will bat 5th. Taylor Gerhardt, the shortstop, bats 6th. Tony Nelson, the catcher, batting 7th. Lexi Cox, the left fielder, batting 8th. And right fielder, Haley Epperson, batting 9th. Pitching for the Braves is number 24, Breezy Yelton. Meanwhile, for the Lander Bearcats, Casey Wooten will lead off at center field. Sydney Grimes is at second. Kelly McCormick in left. Casey Rogers, the cleanup hitter, in right. Chandler Carey, the catcher, batting 5th. Darian Ward, the third baseman, will bat 6th. Ashley Vinson, the pitcher, will bat 7th. Bree Sorrento, the DP, batting 8th. And Jace Benefield, the shortstop, batting 9th. Haley Sorrow will be at first base. So Sells will open things up for the Braves as Ashley Vinson steps into the circle, reigning Peach Belt Freshman of the Week. Vinson out of Union, South Carolina. It's the first pitch, a strike at 5:22. Vinson last week, the pitcher of the week for the Bearcats, as she had a fine few outings. There's a pop-up left side, and Carey and Ward will be unable to get to it. 3-0 record for Vinson last week. She was 5 out shy of a no-hitter Thursday against Southern Wesleyan. She's won each of her last 4 starts, and she's the first Bearcat in history to be a 2-time Freshman of the Week. There's a slow roller to first. Sorrow will scoop it up and apply the tag for out number 1. And bring up Rindy Weatherington. Weatherington shows bunt and takes a strike at the letters, 0-1. One pitch low and outside. Two-one pitch lifted over the head of Benefield at shortstop and into center for a 1-out single as Weatherington reaches. That'll bring up Tatum Brummett, the first baseman. First pitch missing up and in on Brummett. Homered in game 1, the only run of the day for the Braves. Swing and a miss, throw down to second, won't be in time as Weatherington swipes second base, and the count is 1-1. catches the inside corner, 1-2 now. That pitch misses inside, 2-2. Ball slicing foul towards the concession stand. Two-two pitch, grounded foul, first base side. Two-two pitch. Liner back to Vinson. She'll snag it, look to second, no chance for a double play. An impressive job there by Vinson to grab the comebacker.
Third baseman, 18, Jamie Johnson.
Jamie Johnson will come in now. Runner on second and 2 out here in the first. Swings at one downstairs. The count evens up 1-1. Ball missing at the knees, 2-1. A 2-1 count to Johnson. Grounder off the end of the bat. Wardle field onto first in time. Braves leave a runner aboard. We go to the bottom of the first. No score at Doug Spears Field. Game 2 between Lander and UNC Pembroke. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the first inning here at Doug Spears Field. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network as Casey Wooten will lead things off for Lander. Wooten, a senior out of Honeypath, South Carolina. Watches the first pitch way outside from Breezy Hilton. Yelton making her 15th start, 26th appearance. She's 9-5 with a 4.33 ERA. Has allowed 72 runs on 111 hits in 87 and a third innings, 26 walks, 37 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .307 against her, as Wooten's way ahead in the count, 3-0. And Wooten reaches on a 4-pitch walk. So Wooten's aboard, and off she goes. Throw down to second, not in time. And Casey Wooten has tied the single season and career stolen base record. That's number 31 on the year, number 80 in her career. She now sits tied with Wendy Queen for both records. Came into the day with 78, stole one in game one, has one here in game two. The senior out of Honeypath has tied the school's single season and career stolen base marks. And she's in scoring position on 2-0 count for Grimes. She takes a strike on the outside edge. How about Casey Wooten? Her 23 steals as a freshman, currently the third most in the season in school history. That one's downstairs, and Wooten's got a big lead. She wants that record. Had a big jump there. There's a grounder back up the middle, and Wooten going to be waved around from third. Now they're going to hold her. Coach Glenn Crawford had the windmill going and then changed his mind, but Grimes with a sharp shot back up the middle of the infield, and there are runners on the corners with one out. A walk and a single has put runners at first and third, and that'll bring up Kelly McCormick. McCormick, a slow roller to short. Throw to first, dropped, and Wooten comes home to score. A low throw from Gerhardt allows McCormick to reach, and Wooten slides home, and it's 1-0. So the error will be charged to Gerhardt. And Lander's on top, and that brings up Casey Rogers. So Rogers will step in, runners at first and third. The Bearcats up 1-0 as Lander would love to tack on some runs here after they had to scrap and claw for as many as they could get here in game one. And now McCormick's going to try to induce a throw. And they won't get one, as McCormick will, I guess we'll call it a steal. If walking to second can be considered a steal, the Braves will talk things over. Two in scoring position for the cleanup hitter, Rogers. The Lander offense trying to get in gear after just 2 runs in game one, both of them on homers. The 1-0 sent to shallow center field, could be trouble. Catch made, and runners will hold. Rogers flies out to center field. So that'll bring up Chandler Carey, the catcher, with runners at second and third, still 1 out. As Carey's going to bunt, that one's right in front of home plate, and now Grimes going to be chased back to third. She's out. Carey goes into second. That ball was off the end of the bat, and it just died right in front of the batter's box, and Grimes was too far off a third. McCormick had already come to third, and now 2 on and 2 out for Darian Ward. And she pulls one towards the Bearcat dugout. And Ward lifts one to left field. Back in front of the warning track, Cox makes the grab. Lander leaves 2 aboard, but they take a 1-0 lead as we move to the second inning. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Jordan Adcox will lead off for the Braves in the top of the second. Lander ahead 1-0. As Vincent's first pitch runs inside. There's a strike right down the middle. Strike from Vincent. Swing and a miss as Adcox down on strikes. Vincent will get the punch out.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Sailor Gerhardt.
A strike from Vincent. A 1 pitch and a little checking swing from Gerhardt at 1 low and inside. 0-2 count now. Chopper off the plate. Vincent, no problem, over to first.
Now batting the catcher, number 9, Sony Nelson.
Tony Nelson will come to the plate now. 2 outs in the inning. There's another grounder up the middle. Vincent will knock it down. Underhand toss to first. And the Braves down in order in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Lander up 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Ashley Vincent will lead off the Bearcat attack in the bottom of the second. Bearcats lead at 1-0 here at Doug Spears Field. It is senior day here at Lander. Bearcats have already reached the 30-win mark as Vincent tattoos that one to left field, but a nice running catch made by Cox. That one hung up in the air just a bit too long. 1 down in the inning for Bree Sorrento. Sorrento hit the walk-off shot in game 1. Junior out of Long Beach, Mississippi. She takes a strike on the outside edge. A pitch up high. Reminder for those of you that are interested, as Sorrento waves at that one a little early. The other action tonight for Bearcat Athletics, Lander Baseball. First pitch in about 15 minutes. You can also catch that live on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Hunter Banks will have the call for you just a couple hundred feet behind us at Doney Stadium. Lander fighting for their postseason lives against North Georgia. Sorrento, roller to shortstop. Gerhardt is there on to first and in time. 2 down in the inning. So Jace Benefield will come to the plate now. Freshman out of Graniteville, South Carolina. She gave the Bearcats the lead in game 1 with a home run. Takes the inside pitch and is ahead in the count 2-0 now. pitch downstairs. The 3-0 count to Benefield. And she's aboard on a 4-pitch walk.
Back to the top of the order for Bearcats. The center fielder, number 15, Casey Wooten.
Back to the top of the order with 2 outs, and Casey Wooten will step up. She swings and lifts one shallow right past the diving effort of Sells. And Benefield is on to third, and there are runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Batting, second baseman, 41, Sydney Grimes.
And that'll bring Sydney Grimes up now. As UNC Pembroke will talk things over, Bearcats with 2 on and 2 out in the second, leading 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. And a double steal from the Bearcats, and Casey Wooten's into second. There's your record. Casey Wooten, now the all-time steals leader in Lander Bearcat history. 81 in her career, 32 in the season. That breaks the single-season record as well, as now Grimes will try to drive her in. She pops one foul left side. Casey Wooten, 81 career steals in her Lander Bearcat career and 32 as a senior. Ball downstairs, 2-1. And Wooten, as Grimes going to drive one through the right side of the infield. That's down for a hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Wooten. She's going to score. 2-run single for Sydney Grimes, and it's 3-0 Bearcats. Wooten and Benefield come home to score. And Lander's up 3-0. Kelly McCormick will step in now with a runner on second. Going back to Wooten as that ball's down low. Grimes going to break for second. She'll steal. Lander's got a runner in scoring position. Wooten in her junior season only made 3 starts on the year. She was battling an injury all season. Wound up with just 7 steals last year. So a healthy 4-year career, and who knows what she might have done to that record. But it is all hers now, as Wendy Queen is no longer the steals queen here at Lander. It is Casey Wooten, as McCormick got under that one and fouled it away towards the Brave dugout. McCormick grounder to second. Sells is there, and the out is made. But Lander leads at 3-0 as we go to the 3rd inning. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. A 3-0 lead for Lander. In the top of the third inning as Lexi Cox will lead off for the Braves. She fouls the first pitch away. Two-run single from Sydney Grimes. The bottom of the second is giving Lander some breathing room. Pitch down low, 1-1. Hot shot through the left side of the infield and a leadoff single for Cox. So Haley Epperson will step in now. As Braves look to chip away at the deficit. Bunt fielded by Ward on to first, no problem, as the sacrifice is laid down by Epperson. Cox slides into second, so the Braves have a runner in scoring position and one out here in the top of the third inning.
Back to the top of the order for the Braves. Now back to second baseman for one, Mary Sells.
The leadoff hitter, Mary Sells, back at the plate for the Braves here. Swings and fouls the first pitch away. There's a ball sent into right field, and that's going to bring home the run. Gunning for second is Sells, and she's in there with an RBI double. RBI double for Sells, and it's a 3-1 game. Still one out here in the third. Vincent fires the 0-1, grounded to third. Ward will look at the runner, now on to first for the out. So 2 outs in the inning, and that brings up Tatum Brummett. Tying run at the plate in the form of Brummett, who's already homered in this one. She hits a liner and glove by Vincent. Beautifully done by the freshman. And the frame is over. 3-1, Bearcats on top. We go to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Casey Rogers leads off for Lander in the bottom of third, and she swings to the first pitch. Soft liner into right field. That's down for a base hit. Chandler Carey will come in. First pitch is high, 1-0. That ball's down low, and it got away, and Rogers is going to go on her way to second base. So runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the third inning. Lander up 3-1. Carey going to lay down the bunt. Play made over at first as Rogers moves on to third. One down in the inning, and that'll bring up Darian Ward. As Ward hits a roller to third, and the play is made by Johnson. No chance for Rogers to advance home. So Ashley Vincent will step to the plate with a chance to put a run on the board for her sake, help her cause out a little bit. Lander up 2 here. Swings and grounds that one foul. Vincent a roller to third. Johnson's there. Throw on to first, and the inning is over. 3-1 Bearcats as we go to the fourth. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Okay. 3-1 Landers. We move to the top of the fourth here at Doug Spears Field. Rickson Lane with you on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. First pitch swing and a foul ball off the bat of Johnson. Seeing there, 1-1 count. Johnson fouls that one off her leg. Certainly hope she's all right as she went to the ground quickly, but back up. Another foul ball. There's a soft liner foul down the left field line. That ball lifted on the right side of the infield. Grimes back to the grass and makes the catch.
Now back to the player, number 11, Jordan Adcox.
Jordan Adcox will come to the plate. Swings and misses at the first pitch. A 1 offering on the outside corner. 0-2 now. A grounder to third, Ward on to first, a nice stretch from Sorrow for the second out of the frame.
Now batting shortstop, number 6, Taylor Gerhardt.
Taylor Gerhardt will step to the plate, nobody aboard here in the top of the 4th inning. She grounds that one foul left side. A 3-1 Lander lead. In the top of the 4th inning, the Bearcats led 3-0 before the Braves got on the board. As that ball sent to right center field, long run for Wooten and Rogers, and it's off the wall. Wooten will come up throwing, but into second with a double is Gerhardt. So the Braves will have the tying run at the plate here with 2 outs in the inning. And it'll be Tony Nelson. Pitch missing, 1-0. There's a ball sent to the left center field gap, and that's going to bring Gerhardt around from second. And the Braves chip away at the lead. It's now 3-2 Bearcats. RBI single for Nelson, and that'll lead to a visit in the circle. 3-2 Lander, top of the 4th, but Pembroke threatening with 2 outs. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lexi Cox at the plate with a runner on first and 2 outs here in the 4th inning as Pembroke trails it now just 3-2 as Vincent hums a strike in 0-1. Ashley Vincent has won each of the last 4 games she has started. Still working with the lead, but down to just 1 run after Lander led it 3-0 earlier. Ball in the dirt. Carey going to throw down to second, and they got her. Chandler Carey from her knees guns down Nelson at second, and the frame ends 3-2. Bearcats on top as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Bree Sorrento opens up the bottom of the 4th for Lander. Bearcats leading at 3-2 here at Doug Spears Field. Lander goes for the sweep of UNC Pembroke. Sorrento, grounder left side of the infield, and that's going to be off the end of the glove of Johnson. Johnson going to get charged with the error there, and Sorrento's aboard. So Sorrento at first. So Bearcats put the leadoff runner aboard. And now Jace Benefield at the plate. She takes a first pitch strike. Takes another pitch on the inside corner. 0-2 now. Crawford will ask for time. Wants a word with his freshman shortstop. Bearcats have already assured themselves of a 30-win season that had not happened in 13 years. A win in this game, and Lander will have a winning record in conference play for the first time in 2 decades. The Bearcats will also, in the event of a Flagler loss, or Flagler a sweep at the hands of North Georgia, assure themselves of a 5th place finish in the league. It'll be their best finish in conference play since 1998. Spinefield pops one to the second base. Sells is there for the grab. And one down in the inning.
Back to the top of the order for Bearcats. Number 9, center fielder 15, Casey Wooten.
Casey Wooten, the new steals queen at Lander, will come to the plate. She chops one to third, knocked down by Johnson, throw to first just in time. The out is made as Sereno will move on to second.
At the second baseman, number 21, Sydney Rice.
There's a hot shot to short and knocked down and bobbled by Gerhardt. Sereno flashed in front of her but never touched it. And so the error going to be charged to Gerhardt. Sereno definitely never got a piece of it. Did a nice job of avoiding the ball. I'm not exactly sure what Brittany Bennett's arguing here. It's a tough break for Gerhardt having a runner run in front of the ball like that, but there's nothing Sereno did wrong there. So runners at the corners with 2 outs. Kelly McCormick coming to the plate. Bennett continuing to try to make her case. And now Bennett's been warned by our home plate umpire. The last little outburst was more than he wanted to hear. So 2 on and 2 out. Bring up Kelly McCormick.
Left fielder, number 8, Kelly McCormick.
Ball down low. That ball sent into left field. Long run back for Cox, and she'll make the grab. McCormick gave it a ride, but Cox able to bring it in the gap. 3-2 Landers. We go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Lexi Cox swings at the first pitch of the frame and lifts it on the infield. Sorrow there to make the grab.
Right fielder number 8, Haley Epperson.
That'll bring up Haley Epperson. Will pop up to shortstop, and 2 quick outs made for the Bearcats, and Ashley Vincent will like that. So imagine here, after 2 speedy outs, Mary Sells is probably going to take a pitch or 2 here. Vincent's only thrown 2 this inning. No, she swings at the first pitch and lifts it into center field, so the inning will not go 1, 2, 3 pitches at least.
Center fielder 15, Rindy Witherington.
So Rindy Witherington at the plate. Bunt laid down. Vincent going to come up, throw on to first, not in time, and it got away from Grimes. Runner will advance to third. Now Coach Crawford come out, try to make a case maybe the runner got in the way. Lander will talk it over. 2 on for the Braves here in the top of the 5th. Lander up a run. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Throw down there as the runner breaks for second. 2 in scoring position now with 2 out. So an 0-1 count now, and the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Braves, as that one's low and inside, 1-1 the count. That ball sent to right field. Rogers back on the run, and that one is going to be called to the wall by Casey Rogers. And Lander wiggles out of danger in the top of the 5th. 3-2 Bearcats as we go to the bottom of the inning. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Casey Rogers leading off the bottom of the fifth for Lander. Swings at the first pitch, and she'll ground out to second as Sells makes the throw over.
And the catcher, 22, Chandler Gary.
Chandler Carey, a liner to left, but Cox is there. 2 quick outs.
And third baseman, number 19, Darian Ward.
Darian Ward will take a pitch. It's 2 quick outs for Breezy Yelton. Ward, a senior out of Marietta, Georgia. Takes that one up and in. Ward will take that one on the inside as well. The 2-1 offering, and Ward hit a chopper to short, back in the hole for Gerhardt. Throw on to first. Nice stretch over there by Brummett. And we're through 5 in Greenwood. 3-2 Lander on top of the Braves as we go to the 6th. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Ashley Vinson working here in the 6th inning with a 3-2 lead as she opens up the frame with a strike, an 0-1 count here. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error thus far for Lander. For UNC Pembroke, 2 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. Ball down low, 1-1. That ball stung down the left field line, but foul. One, 2 down in the dirt. Ball hit hard, and I was chasing head coach Brittany Bennett out of the box as it went towards the Bearcat dugout. fouled off the plate. Another pitch downstairs. Three-two count here. Another ball pulled foul down the left field line. I'll tell you, these UNC Pembroke batters, they have been tough outs today. It's not a group that will give away a lot of empty at-bats. The ball lifted into left field, but McCormick is there.
Now batting is a player number 11, Jordan Adcox.
So Jordan Adcox will come up now. Pitch missing, 1-0 count. Ball low and outside, 2-0. Ball lifted to center field, but Wooten will get over in time to make the grab. Now Taylor Gerhardt at the plate. Two outs in the inning here. In the sixth, Lander up 3-2. There's a roller to short. Benefield, nice throw across. 1-2-3. Go the Braves. Bottom of the sixth coming up from Greenwood. 3-2. Lander on top. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Ashley Vinson, the Bearcat pitcher, with a chance to give herself some help here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Lander up 3-2. And Vinson trying to get an inning started for the Bearcats, give themselves some breathing room here against the scrappy UNC Pembroke bunch. Vincent sends one deep to center. Wetherington back and makes the grab. Gave it a ride, but unable to get it out of here. And you hear the cheer from the Bearcat fans. That's for Molly McNulty, the senior. She's going to come on and pinch hit here for the Bearcats. This is McNulty. Check in, the senior out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Number 24, Molly McNulty.
A very popular senior on this club, and she's going to have a chance to come in and get some swings on senior day. Takes a first pitch ball. The 1-0. Low and outside. Two 2-0 pitch. Pulls it foul down the third base line. McNulty, one of 6 seniors honored here at senior day at Doug Spears Field. Trying to make a memory here. And also, I say great that she's in this game, but a huge at bat. As it's 3-1 now. It's a 3-1 offering. Big swing and a miss. Low and inside, and McNulty's aboard. The senior draws the free pass. That'll bring up Jace Benefield now. Benefield takes a first pitch strike. Pitch downstairs. McNulty will watch it. She had a decent lead, but not going to be going anywhere at the moment. There's a ball down low. Benefield hits that one hard into right field, but the catch is made. Now McNulty got to hurry back to first, and she's in there safely. Benefield really with a shot there into right.
Back to the top of the order, Bearcats. Now batting center fielder number 15, Casey Wooten.
And that'll bring Casey Wooten to the plate. Two outs in the inning and one aboard for Lander. There's a chopper to first, gloved by the first baseman Brummett. She'll step on the bag. We go to the top of the 7th. Lander holding a 3-2 lead. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. First pitch swinging a dive as Ward unable to get a glove on that Tony Nelson grounder, ruled foul down the third base line. We have received word from the NCAA that Lander Golf will see their season continue. Bearcats will be heading to Conover, North Carolina, May 7th and 9th for the South-Southeast Regional at the Rock Barn Country Club. So Chipper Bagwell, his final season at Lander, will continue for at least 3 more rounds of golf. As that pitch ran inside and hit Nelson, the tying run is aboard.
Bowering at first for UNC Pembroke. Number 3, Caitlin Norton.
Kaylin Wharton will come on to run here. Now it looks like the Bearcats will make a pitching change. Ashley Vinson will come out. Mackenzie Ferguson in to try to close it down on senior day. Bearcats trying to hold off the Braves here in the top of the 7th. You're listening to Bearcats Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. The Bearcats will go to Mackenzie Ferguson here with a runner on first and nobody out in the 7th. The first pitch is down in the dirt, and Carey's not going to be able to stop it as Caitlin Norton, the pinch runner, is on to second. Just like that. The tying run for the Braves is in scoring position. One-0 bunt laid down the first base line. Sorrow over to Grimes. There's one out, but the tying run now at third.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 8, Haley Epperson.
Pitch misses low and inside. Low and inside. Strike on the inside, 2-1. That one missing inside. It's 3-1 now. Ferguson behind in the count, 3-1. And that one's inside. And there are runners on the corners with one out. The double play is now a possibility as Mary Sells will step to the plate.
Back to the top of the order for the Braves.
Looks like Sells will grab a new bat.
Now batting second baseman.
She'll step up,
Mary Sells.
tying run at third with one out here in the seventh. North Georgia has defeated Flagler in game one. So one more loss for the Saints, and Lander wraps up the 5 seed in the tournament. The Bearcats trying to take care of business here. 1-0 count. Runners at the corners and one out in the seventh, and a 3-2 game. Sells pops one away left side. So a 1-2 count. Reaching out and fouling it down the left field line. Pitch is high, and a nice job by Carey to snag it. There's a grounder to Benefield. Diving stop on to second for one. That's all they'll get, however, as the tying run comes home to score, and it's 3-3.
Now batting center fielder 15, Rindy Weatherington.
So 2 outs, runner on first, and Rindy Weatherington at the plate as she fouls away the first pitch. Off-speed pitch, grounded to short. Benefield on to first in time. And Lander will come to bat in the bottom of the seventh for the second time today in a tied game on Senior Day. 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the seventh. You're listening to Bearcat Softball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. First pitch swing and a drive from Sidney Grimes off the center field wall, and Grimes is into second, and Landers got the winning run in scoring position as Grimes tattoos one to the deepest part of the park. As Grimes will be in scoring position, and up comes Kelly McCormick. Kelly McCormick, the 0-1 count. Now shows bunt and fouls it off. That pitch is high. So 1-2 count now. McCormick soft liner to second, and Grimes will have to hold. So 1 on, 1 out for Casey Rogers. Rogers hot shot up the middle, ricochets off the glove of the pitcher, and the runners are at the corners. Rogers with the infield single, and Landers got 2 aboard. I think we'll have a pinch runner here as Abby Harris will come on. So up comes Chandler Carey. Runner at third is the winning run with 1 out. You also got Harris at first. And she swings and smokes the first one foul down the left field line. Falls behind in the count, 0-2. The 0-2, just outside, 1-2. Down in the dirt, that one's going to get to the backstop. Here comes Grimes, she's on, she's safe! Bearcats win it! Their second walk-off of the day, and senior day will result in an exciting 2-game sweep of the Braves. Lander wins its 10th in a row, and the Bearcats will head to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament on a 10-game winning streak, and they close out the regular season with a win in dramatic fashion here at Doug Spears Field. We'll